Welcome. In a world where true loyalty is rare, your presence here feels like a warm light. Just like a faithful companion who waits with love, we're grateful you're here today. In a small, quiet town lived a man named Arjun. He was known by everyone as a hard-working but cold-hearted person. Arjun believed in one thing only: success. He had no time for emotions, friendships, or kindness. To him, life was a race, and feelings were a distraction. One rainy evening, while returning from work, Arjun noticed a small, trembling dog sitting beside the road. The dog was soaked, shivering, and clearly hungry. It looked at Arjun with hopeful eyes, wagging its tail slowly. Arjun stopped for a moment. "Useless creature," he muttered. "It can't do anything for me." He walked away. But something strange happened. As he walked, he felt a slight tug in his heart. He turned around. The dog was still there, watching him, waiting. For the first time in years, Arjun felt uncomfortable ignoring someone. He sighed and walked back. "Fine," he said, "just for today." He took the dog home. A new companion. Arjun gave the dog some leftover food and a dry towel. The dog ate happily, as if it hadn't eaten in days. After finishing, it looked up at Arjun with pure gratitude, its tail wagging faster. Arjun felt something unusual: warmth. "Don't get used to this," he said coldly. "You'll leave tomorrow." But the dog didn't understand words. It only understood kindness. That night the dog slept near the door, guarding the house quietly. The next morning, Arjun woke up early for work. As he opened the door, the dog jumped up, wagging its tail excitedly. "Why are you still here?" Arjun frowned. The dog barked softly, as if saying, "Because you saved me." Arjun hesitated, then left for work. The loyalty begins. Days passed. Arjun never officially decided to keep the dog, but somehow the dog stayed. He named it Sheru, without thinking much about it. Every day, Sheru waited at the door when Arjun left. And every evening, without fail, Sheru sat outside, waiting for him to return. No matter how late it got, Sheru waited. Rain or cold, Sheru waited. One night Arjun came home very late, exhausted and frustrated after a bad day. He was angry, stressed, and irritated. As he approached his house, he saw Sheru sitting there, drenched in rain, but still wagging his tail. Arjun snapped, "Why do you keep waiting? Don't you have anything better to do?" Sheru simply barked happily and ran toward him. In that moment, something broke inside Arjun. He realized no one had ever waited for him like that before. A silent lesson. Sheru didn't speak, but he taught. Every morning he greeted Arjun with excitement, as if it was the happiest moment of his life. Every evening he welcomed him back, as if Arjun was the most important person in the world. When Arjun was sad, Sheru sat quietly beside him. When Arjun was angry, Sheru stayed calm. When Arjun ignored him, Sheru still loved him. No complaints, no expectations, just love. The turning point. One day Arjun lost a big business deal. It was something he had worked on for months. His colleagues blamed him. Arjun returned home broken. For the first time in his life, he felt like a failure. He sat down heavily, staring at the floor. Sheru came slowly and placed his head on Arjun's lap. Arjun didn't push him away. Instead, he started crying. Yes, the man who never showed emotions, cried like a child. Sheru stayed there, silently, not judging, not asking questions, just being there. After a while, Arjun whispered, "Why are you still here, Sheru? I'm not even a good person." Sheru wagged his tail. In that moment, Arjun understood something powerful. Love doesn't depend on success, money, or perfection. True love simply stays. The change. From that day, Arjun started changing. He began coming home early, just to spend time with Sheru. He started smiling more. He greeted neighbors. He even helped a struggling coworker one day, something he would never have done before. People noticed. "What happened to Arjun?" they whispered. But Arjun knew the answer. A small dog had taught him what life truly meant. The ultimate test. One winter night something terrible happened. Arjun was asleep when suddenly Sheru started barking loudly. At first Arjun ignored it, but Sheru kept barking, louder and louder. Finally annoyed, Arjun got up. "What is it?" Sheru ran toward the kitchen. Arjun followed and froze. There was a fire. A short circuit had started a fire in the kitchen, and it was spreading fast. If Sheru hadn't barked, Arjun would have died in his sleep. Arjun quickly called for help and managed to escape. Outside, standing in the cold, Arjun hugged Sheru tightly. "You saved my life." Sheru wagged his tail as if it was nothing. The final lesson. Years passed. Arjun became a completely different person, kind, caring, and full of life. Sheru grew older. His energy slowed down, his steps became weak, but one thing never changed. He still waited for Arjun every day. One evening, Arjun came home and noticed Sheru lying quietly near the door. He wasn't moving much. Arjun rushed to him. Sheru opened his eyes slowly. He wagged his tail. Arjun held him close, tears flowing endlessly. "Thank you for everything." Sheru looked at him with the same love as the first day, and then closed his eyes forever. The message after Sheru was gone, Arjun felt an emptiness he had never felt before. But along with the pain, there was gratitude. Sheru had taught him the greatest lessons of life. Love without expecting anything in return. Stay loyal even when it's hard. Be there for others, especially in their worst moments. Value relationships more than success. Sometimes silence and presence mean more than words. Arjun later adopted another stray dog, not to replace Sheru, but to continue his legacy of love. Moral of the story: a dog may not speak your language, but it teaches the language of the heart. True loyalty, unconditional love, and silent support are the greatest lessons one can ever learn. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye and stay kind.